subscribe, like and comment, because it really does help my channel out, to push it out to more people. If you're returning, hi guys, thank you so much for watching and coming back, because you literally just care about me and you want to hear me yap. And if you're new, my name is Shalom. I do videos on pop culture, music, artists, all that good stuff. Before I even get into the video, the stuff that I'm going to be talking about is literally public information. It's information you can get online for yourself. This is not me making it up. This is literally public information for anyone to get online, including yourself. All the things that I say are alleged, so they are not fact. It's just me saying my opinions on what I think. Please watch my video where I'm talking about Hollywood girls picking guys beneath them. Please watch that first so you understand what my view was before, then come back to this video so you kind of, have a gist, because I'm going to be referring to some things in that video here. So if you haven't watched that, then you're going to be a bit confused watching this video. So in that video, I think I stated somewhere, I can't remember the actual bit, but I'll put it in here. I said, I hope and pray that Halle was not putting her hands on DDG. I'm hoping and praying that Halle was not putting her hands on him, and then him putting her hands on her, and then it just escalating multiple times over over a couple months or years. And Halle Bailey put a restraining order against DDG, okay, because she was saying that he was beating on her even before Halle was born, etc. She had the chipped tooth, which looked like she bit on some ice or something. I spoke about that in the video. And then she had the bruises on her middle kind of upper arm, right? And then what DDG decided to do, he decided to kind of wait some time. He waited about, I don't know, I think like a couple weeks, to be honest, and he basically came with receipts and said, no, Halle Bailey is unfit to be a parent because of this. And he showed us text messages. He said that Halle would put air tags on his car. He said basically like she was mentally unfit. Those text messages where she was, I can't really say on here, but she wanted to unalive herself, and that she hated DDG, and it's just lots and lots of stuff. But to really get the gist of the story, you have to look at the time of these messages when they were sent, because a lot of people are saying like Halle Bailey stands, they're like, oh, it's postpartum depression, but it's like, if you look closely at the date of these messages that Halle is sending to DDG, where she's saying a whole bunch of crazy stuff, okay, you can't deny that as a fan. As like, I like Halle Bailey, but when you look at those messages, she's clearly facing something. There's clearly something mentally that's going on. She's not well, okay, and that's no tea, no shade, but when you read the messages, that's not like something a normal thinking person would say to their partner, to whoever. I don't care, even if they were fighting, they were arguing, that's just not something you say, okay, of a normal thinking person, right? So if you look close at the dates, most of these are like in 2022, okay? So I'm just like, Halle was not even born in 2022. So people saying that it's postpartum, the way that she was speaking to DDG, I'm like, bro, Halle wasn't even born in some of them. Some of it was during like a little bit after Halle was born, or like during her pregnancy, okay, fair enough, but most of it was like before he was born. Not only that has he like basically just aired out everything, but also he has receipts. Give receipts, because I said I cannot help you. I cannot help you, DDG. You getting black sympathy for Black Twitter is not going to help you. You need to go to court, get your son, bro. Okay, and that's what I said. And that made quite a lot of people mad, because they're like, oh my gosh, how are you British? And you're talking about, like, I feel like I get a lot more hate for being British than some of my opinion. Like, you would think, I don't know what it is. Is it like, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I get a lot more hate for my accent and me being British than I do for some of my unpopular opinions. It's my opinion invalid because I'm British. Like, I think some of you forget that I'm black sometimes. So there are receipts that DDG pulled up, and he said basically, well, he didn't say, he showed there was a picture where Halle had poked him. Okay, I'm trying to use other words than actual words. There was a picture where he was basically poked. It was kind of in his hand, his finger. It was quite deep. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little bit deep. It's a bit gushy, bloody, so I can't show it on YouTube, but I'll try and kind of pixelate it so you get a clue or like a vibe of what I'm trying to say. And basically what DDG is trying to say to the court, basically he's trying to say that she is an unfit mother, an unfit person, so he should get basically like custody of Halle, right? That was the whole point of his kind of way of giving out these receipts, okay? And he was denied, so he does not, like, Halle is still in the same place as she was in my last video. She still has primary custody. She can go on holiday with Halle. She can film her films, do whatever she needs to do. Like, she is the one that can take care of Halle, right? And the one thing that I'm gonna say is that I feel like they were just in a toxic relationship, okay? And they were just both as bad as each other. Halle was hitting on him, he was hitting on her. I think maybe because he knew obviously Halle was doing that behind the scenes, I don't know if entitled was the right word, but I think that's why maybe he felt entitled to kind of come around the house whenever, do whatever he wanted, because he was like, you know, behind the scenes, you were like freaking poking me, beating me, whatever, right? So like, whatever. What's so crazy is that when you go online, people are dismissing the fact that DDG literally got poked by Halle Bailey. It's like, I don't know what it is. There's so many double standards when it comes to men's mental health, men facing domestic violence. I think I spoke about this in the video, but society can't fathom a woman committing violence, or like a woman being the causer or the start or whatever, just committing violence in general, because of how society's set up. Okay, so you know, when men speak out about abuse, when men speak out about mental health or whatever, it's not really taken seriously, and it's often dismissed, which is kind of sad. But you know, that's just how society is, and I wish it was different, but unfortunately it's not. But the one thing I want to talk about, because I'm going to keep this short and cute, because I've said how I feel. I think they're both bad as each other. They're both toxic, okay? The only person I genuinely feel sorry for is Halle, because he's going to have to grow up seeing all of this. You know, imagine when he gets his phone or whatever, he's going to have to grow up seeing that, you know, his parents are beating on each other. So in my opinion, I think they're just as bad as each other. I don't want to hear nothing from each side, okay? And the only thing that I really think is kind of weird from DDG's side and kind of makes me double think, like, do you actually love Halle? Do you want to be with Halle? Is that he released all these receipts only when Halle put the restraining order and did all of that. It's like, if you thought she was so unfit as a mother, so mentally deranged and crazy and delulu and Looney Tune, why did it take you this long to give us the receipts? If you thought she was so unfit and was gonna, because in the message she said she was gonna unalive herself and Halle as well, or whatever, if you thought she was so unfit and so delulu, why were you leaving Halle with her? Why did you only speak up now? And people will say, oh, he was defending her image, whatever. Who cares? I keep saying that. Stop defending people. Stop trying to save people's image. Like I said in my last video, I do not give a damn. If my partner's putting their hands on me, I'm going to prove you, I'm going to give you the receipts then and there. When it comes to abuse, whether it's mental abuse, physical abuse, whatever, like, always trying to speak up then and there. And I know not a lot of people are able to speak up in the moment, like when it generally begins, okay? But I'm just saying, for the people that can speak up and they have the support and the resources, because DDG had the support, he had the resources to speak up in 2022 whenever he was dating Halle with the messages, but he didn't. So I'm saying, just speak up in the moment, because the longer you wait, the longer it's going to make you look dodgy, and the longer it's going to make me side eye you. Because DDG, why did you wait so long? Why did you wait 3 years to tell us that she was an unfit mother? Okay, because if you thought she was that delulu, you would have went to court already. Okay, and I'm tired of people saying, oh, this and this. Like, DDG is rich enough, he has the resources, he has the money to hire lawyers, okay, he has the money to hire a team. He is not broke. Let's stop acting like he's broke. Like, he has the resources, okay? If she was so deluded and so deranged, wouldn't that be putting your own son in danger? Wouldn't that be putting your own child in danger? So that makes me question, DDG, is you cool? Do you actually want to be in Halle's life? Or did you just file that lawsuit against Halle, or you filed and you released all those receipts out of spite to kind of get your lick back and to be like, no, she's actually doing this? But did you actually do it because you wanted to be this son, or did you do it out of spite to be like, oh yeah, and DDG is not an angel himself. They are both not innocent. I'm tired of people saying that Halle Bailey is innocent, DDG is innocent. No, they're not. And to be honest, it doesn't surprise me that they're both beating on each other. They both have some tempers. Halle has shown her true colors multiple times. DDG has shown his colors multiple times. He was beating on someone at freaking DreamCon or whatever because someone called him doo-doo garbage. Like, I call him doo-doo garbage, DDG, DVD all the time. Can you imagine seeing him and being like, oh, DVD, doo-doo garbage? And like, that just shows, like, is he cool? So he clearly has like a temper issue, an anger issue, because why was someone calling you doo-doo garbage in like a jokey kind of way? Why was that enough to kind of get your brother and whoever to beat on him? Because if that was me and I was DDG and someone called me doo-doo garbage, I'd just be like, haha, okay, like, move on. You know what I mean? Like a normal thinking freaking person. So Halle used that in her court filing, saying, you know, he is violent because he fought this random guy. Either side, it's just pretty bad, to be honest. DDG, if Halle was acting so deranged and mentally not okay, and you didn't even have Halo, why did you continue to date her? Why did you continue to date her? So that tells me she wasn't really as bad as you were saying, because not only was she acting like this before Halo was born, but then you continue to date her, smash her, have a kid, and then continue to live with her. So clearly, I don't think she's as bad as y'all are saying, okay? As he is saying, because if she was so bad, why did you lay down with her and have a kid and then live with her as well? And, you know, make her like your whole freaking brand identity. So clearly, something ain't right. Okay, and clearly DDG's he's rubbing me a bit weird at the moment, because it's like, why did you wait so long to file this restraining order? Why weren't you the one to start off filing the restraining order? But no, it was Halle who started it off, because Halle was smart enough and she was 2 steps ahead of DDG. That's why I said I don't think DDG is slow. Okay, he knows what he's doing. He's a very calculated person. He knows how to get people behind him. He knows how to get the black community to be behind him, because a lot of his fans, they have this kind of like parasocial relationship with them, because a lot of his fans, they grew up watching him when they were very young, and now they still watch him and they're like, yeah, this is our guy, like, we're gonna support DDG. So he knows how to control his audience and his fan base. And this is not like a thing that never happens in the industry. This happens in real life, right? Where people will be dating and someone will show their true colors, whether they're abusive, they're mentally abusive, they are just not a nice person or whatever, and that person will continue to date that person because they're like, oh, we need to make it work, but these good things happen. So the person might be not that great of a person, but they'll just be thinking of that the small little great moments they had, the small great memories. They'll be like, you know, they're not that bad. Like, yeah, she poked me, but then, you know, like last week we went on the BET red carpet and we were smiling and kissing, right? And then they'll be like, yeah, let's just carry on. No. Once you see those red flags, once you see those things, okay, because when it comes to abuse, domestic violence, stuff like that, right, it always starts off in small little bursts, and then it gets bigger and bigger until someone is probably going to be on the verge of dying. No tea, no shade, okay? Like getting poked by your baby mama, by your girlfriend, is crazy work, okay? And getting flipping beaten with bruises on your arm and chipped tooth by your baby dad is crazy work. It will always start off in small bursts. Some people are like, oh, I didn't see the signs. You probably saw the signs, but you were just blinded by love. You're blinded by what they were doing for you behind the scenes. Maybe they were trying to buy you gifts. Maybe you're smashing, so you were just blinded by that, blinded by lust. So you didn't see the signs of them being abusive. But babe, the signs were always there all along. DDG, the signs were there. Halle, the signs were there. Like I said, they shouldn't have gotten together. They shouldn't have had a kid, because now they've had a kid, they're going to be chained to each other for life. Some people say, oh, when the kid turns 18, it's fine, I don't have to be responsible. No, you are responsible for that person for the rest of your life. That's your child. No matter when they turn 18, when they turn 35, 50, that's your child. You're going to have to be co-parenting with this man. DDG is going to have to be co-parenting with Halle for the rest of their lives. Even if DDG goes off to have another kid with someone else, he's still going to have to co-parent and take care of Halo, okay? Even if he chooses to lay down with, what's her name, India Love, whatever, have a kid with her, you're still going to have to co-parent, and Halle's still going to have your phone number. You're still going to have to be communicating and texting, okay? And to be honest, that might put off a lot of girls who want to be interested in DDG, because they'll be like, oh, why are you always texting your baby mama? I'm not saying that's a wrong thing, but I'm just saying how some girls think. They don't like it when their boyfriend is texting their baby mama, but it's like, bro, they're co-parenting. They need to, like, they have a kid together. Of course they're going to be texting or phoning to kind of make sure and to check up on each other, to be like, okay, is my child okay? Does my child need anything? When is my child going to be back at my house? Pick them up at 6 o'clock, like stuff like that. I just think they're both just as bad as each other. I think DDG waiting this long to file what he needs to do and to share his receipts is crazy work. I'm tired of people in the industry, men in the industry, trying to cover for women who wouldn't even spit on them if they're on fire. I just don't get it. I really don't get why people would rather literally die in a ditch, okay? Die in a ditch and be down to protect someone else. That's why I say I love snitching. I love it. I love it. I love snitching. I've been snitching since I was a little kid. No one will ever stop me snitching, okay? If I had to either die in a ditch or snitch on someone that I was dating or whoever, I'm snitching. My life, my whatever, because some people might laugh and say that it's funny, but you know, Halle poking DDG, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been in his chest. It could have been in his back. It could have been in his side. So men can be abused as well, mentally, physically. It's not just women who face those things. I'm trying to really set this straight, because a lot of people in society think that when you bring up domestic violence or abuse or mental, physical, they only think of a woman, when in fact it can happen to men too. The way that society is set up, that men can't put their hands on women, but women can put their hands on men. Like, some women out there, you gotta be careful. I'm actually praying for you guys. It's become too normalized for women to put their hands on men, but the minute a man defends himself and hits you, then he's the bad guy, Chun-Li. Okay, but you are slapping, hitting on him, degrading him. But when he puts his hand on you and he rocks your jaw and rocks your world and defends himself, then babe, what do you expect? Okay, because I low-key, high-key think they were both beating on each other, and this has been going on for a long time. Okay, how do you both have receipts? How do you have receipts? He has receipts. So you're both beating on each other. You're clearly having an abusive relationship, and you're probably, when they're both beating on each other, etc., they're probably just trying to make it work, because you know how people are. They'll be like, oh, we can't split up because we have a kid, so we have to make it work, etc., etc., which I think is just crazy work. I don't think staying with someone that you clearly don't like or clearly has been abusing you just because you have a kid, I don't think you should stay together. It's not worth your mental health. It's not worth your happiness. Just go separate ways. Halo needs to be checked up on ASAP. But yeah, let's just stop making excuses for both parties. Like, I don't even have a side anymore. I'm just like, I want Halo to just grow up as a happy child, to grow up with a family that loves him, that adores him, because I've seen clips of DDG's brother making fun of Halo's looks, which I think is disgusting. If you want to talk about Halle's looks, you want to talk about DDG, make your joke there, that's fine. Okay, they are two grown adults. But I think where we cross the line is where you talk about your own nephew's looks, calling him ugly.
Look at your swole face asshole, dog. Oh my God, it's the Lion Chew. Timberland boot face ass. Terrence Howard looking at. Oh, this is hideous right here, dog. Like, I don't see this. Jesus motherfucking Christ.
That is your nephew. That is your brother's son, bro. Like, what are we? Like, it genuinely made me feel, I was in like, why is no one saying anything? You're calling your own nephew ugly, and in the next 10, 15 years, he's going to be able to see that video of you calling him ugly, projecting all his hate that he has for Halle onto Halo. There's no need to call Halo ugly. There's no need to comment on a baby's looks or toddler's looks. That's so weird. Keep up with me on my TikTok, because my TikTok is low-key, high-key, just so good. Okay, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I've had Gabby DiMartino like my post. I've had Addison Rae comment and like, okay? So, I don't know. I feel like we're going places on TikTok, guys. So follow me on there. Like, comment, share, subscribe. See you in my next video, guys.